Now, as part of the 60th anniversary celebrations, there's another chance to see Out of This World. First shown in 1959, the program is presented by Howell Davis.
Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Davis. Will you come this way?
Thank you. Here, on any other day, you'd find that gate down there, through which I've just passed, double locked against you. And your only means of communication with the people who live inside these walls will be through this grill. But tonight, by special permission of the Holy See, you can enter as I've entered, as our television cameras have entered, to see this convent and the sisters, 19 of them altogether, who've dedicated their lives to work and to pray for the greater glory of God. Now, as you may know, there are two main orders. The first, the active orders. Those are the nuns who go out to work amongst people, to do missionary work, to do works of mercy, to teach and to nurse. Now, in this particularly look after people who are sick and ailing, no matter if they're Catholic or Protestant, who suddenly find themselves in need of help. In this particular case, this little sister of the Assumption is going to work for a family whose mother is ill in bed, the father is out at work, and there's no one to look after the children at all. The little sister, in addition to attending to the mother, undertakes all the duties of the house, as you'll see in a moment. The children look as if they're glad to see her. She prepares food for the children and for the husband on his return from work. And apart from that, she sees to the cleaning and the washing up, and indeed takes the place of the mother in the home until she's well again. She is the mother to these children while she is there. Well, those are the active orders. There are also the contemplative orders. These nuns live within walls and never go outside. One of the orders is the Carmelite order. As you know, this is a Carmelite convent. I'm speaking to you now from a room on the first floor of the main building. It's the room of the Mother Prioress. And with her is Mother Gabriel, because she must always have someone in attendance to make, I think you call it a tierce, don't you?
Yes, that's the right word.
Well, now, you yourself, Reverend Mother, have been prioress here for how many years?
It was 3 years last February when we had our elections. We have elections every 3 years, you see. As the sisters can choose their own superior. Once they have chosen her, they give her their entire loyalty. And after the first 3 years, we vote again. If they still want the same one, they can re-elect her, but only for another period of 3 years. After that time, she goes into the ranks, just like one of the other sisters, but she keeps the title Mother. So Mother Gabriel and Mother Catherine have been prioress, you see, and myself, that's all.
I see. The first thing I saw, of course, when I came to your convent here at Prestine was the wall that surrounds it.
Yes.
One of the first noises I heard, of course, was the sound of the double locks being unlocked. Now, why is it that you choose to lock yourselves in here?
I think you've chosen the wrong expression, Mr. Davis. We don't really lock ourselves in, you know. I wouldn't call it that. I think we lock the world out. In the very old days, you know, even in the pre-Christian days, men used to dedicate themselves to God and go out into the solitude of the desert. It isn't all that easy to find a desert nowadays with all everything that breaks into desert life. So we create a desert for ourselves, building a wall round, you see, but it keeps the world out.
You say building a wall, and that, I gather, here at Prestine was literally true. You did not only build your wall, but you built part of the convent as well, didn't you?
Yes, yes, we did here. When we came 8 years ago, the house, it was an old house, you see, rather dilapidated, and we couldn't fit into it. We had to build a choir and a chapel and a sacristy, and we hadn't any money. Somebody gave us 10 shillings to get the materials, so we started and just had a shot at building it ourselves. It was rather chaotic at first, but by degrees we got over the troubles, you know, and Mr. Pugh, a big bricklayer in the town, taught us the elements of bricklaying and concrete mixing.
Because otherwise you'd had no experience whatsoever.
Oh, no, none at all. We mugged it up in books a bit, too.
And making a roof, after all, is quite a business, isn't it?
Yes.
Successful, would you say?
Yes, it was very successful. Rain didn't come. It was one of the easiest for us, actually, to do.
Yes. And the building is still going on, isn't it?
Yes. Oh, yes, we're building now. But it isn't quite the same sort of building because we're no longer using concrete blocks. We're building in wood now. It has the monastic cloister with cells off it, one for each sister.
This is the cloister garth?
Yes.
And built of wood, of
railway sleepers.
Railway sleepers. Now, the railway sleepers I know usually have rather large holes in them, haven't they?
Oh, the boat holes, yes. Rather, haven't they? Oh, yes, we have to bung up the holes, you see. Yeah. All the sisters can join in that. They poke paper into them, very strong in their fingers.
Bunging up the boat holes?
Bunging up the holes, yes.
Until these new cells are ready, you're living in these huts on the lawn?
Yes. Yes, they're little garden sheds. We had to get those when we first came so that each sister could have a cell. As I told you, the house wasn't big enough.
But you'd be quite happy to leave them, I suppose?
Oh, no.
No?
Oh, no, I don't think so. We simply love our huts, those kind of cells.
Inside, of course, they're very sparsely furnished.
Yes, just
the old and the new.
Yes, just the minimum. There's a black cross. I'm going to refer to that black cross later on, Mr. Davis. And then below the cross, on the left, you'll see a holy water stoop. And below that is the bed. There's a pillow, and a storm lantern on the right, you see, as we used to light ourselves across the lawn to bed,
yes.
And a jug of water, and the bookcase is, in that particular cell, it's an old orange box. You have to make do with what you can get.
But no heating?
Oh, no. Well, there's no sort of permanent heating. In the winter, when it's very cold, each sister, after matins, goes to the kitchen and takes a hot brick out of the oven. We take those across, wrapped in paper in some sort of a cloth bag, you see. That airs the bed.
But otherwise no heating in the cells at all?
No.
Don't you ever suffer from colds?
Do we? No, I don't think we do. Very much less than we did before. No, because I think, you know, it's probably the creosote. It acts as a kind of disinfectant, doesn't it?
The creosote?
Yes. Mother Gabriel is infirmarian, so she would know.
But you are suffering from a cold at the moment, Mother Gabriel.
It's only the second since I've been in Carmelite, Mr. Davis.
It probably means that the huts need a second coat of creosote, I should think.
So.
Well, now, this, Mother, is really, to a person like myself, a hard and an austere life. There is no physical attraction whatsoever. What would you say prompts a girl to become a nun?
Oh, nothing else but a very, very strong sense of vocation. She wouldn't be drawn to it in any other way. It's just a certainty that she's called to this kind of life. It's in everybody's life, you see.
No, and having been called, of course you don't, as it were, become a nun overnight. There are many stages, aren't there?
Yes, indeed there are. For the first 6 months, we call her a postulant, because she's asking, you see, postulating. And then she wears ordinary clothes and moves about among us, does all the same things that we do. But we're looking at her, and she's looking at us. And at the end of the 6 months, if she still wants it, and we vote. The chapter nuns vote for her. If she gets an absolute majority, she's received into the order with a very solemn ceremony of a clothing.
What exactly is the significance of this clothing ceremony?
The clothing means that she puts off worldly garments, you see, and yes, those are the ordinary clothes that she would have been wearing for the 6 months. she takes those off, and she's dressed during the time of the ceremony as the bride of our Lord in white. And as a bride, you see, we wear... perhaps you'd be interested to know that sometimes the hangings on the altar in the church are made from the dress she wore as a bride. Very often the train.
And she now reappears as a bride.
Yes, with a little train bearer as a rule. And then she goes to the altar, and certain prayers are said there, and she goes back into the house, and it changes from the white into the elementary part of the habit of her order. See, as all the nuns are wearing.
And so, from being a postulant, she becomes a novice.
Novice, yes. She goes up to the bishop and he gives her the full insignia of the order, you see. And then she's a novice for a year, and at the end of the year, we all vote again and receive her to temporary vows for 3 years. And after that, for 3 years, she lives as what we call a junior professed. At the end, she makes solemn vows for life.
And from then on, she remains forever within these walls.
Yes, and that's some very exceptional case. We might make a new foundation, for instance, supposing we made a foundation in Russia or something like that.
But supposing her mother was old, was ill, and there was really no one at all to tend her, would she then be released?
She could ask to be. If there was a real need, it would be examined very carefully to see if it was a need, but the natural law comes first, you see, before her religious life. And so in that case, she would apply to the Holy See, as they've given you permission to come inside today, and she would ask to be to go out for a time to look after her sick relative or whoever was in need, and then come back.
Supposing, apart from that kind of situation, that a girl, after taking her solemn vows, came to the conclusion for some reason or another that this was not the life for her, would she then be released?
It very seldom happens, but I'm sure everybody who's looking in tonight must have heard of Monica Baldwin.
Yes. And
her leaping over the wall. It isn't at all necessary to leap over a wall, because in that case, a sister would just ask permission from Rome to be released altogether. It very seldom happens, thank God, but it would be granted, certainly, if she asked.
But normally, of course, they spend the days of their life within these walls.
Yes.
Now, what exactly is your day? When does it begin?
It begins at 5:30 in the morning.
5:30?
Perhaps you'd like to know how we're waked.
Shall I try?
Yes.
You try, Mother Gabriel.
Well, that's a really startling knocker-up, isn't it?
Yes, isn't it?
Now, this sounds at 5:30 in the morning.
5:30, yes. And then when we're dressed, we come over to across to the house and go to choir for the first hour of prayer. And the rest of the day, with Mass as the centre, is divided up into hours of prayer and hours of work.
What kind of work?
In this Carmel, the different convents have different works, but ours is principally connected with altar bread making for firms. And we do, that's the chief thing. It employs a great many sisters. And we make vestments a certain amount. We make Christmas cribs and Christmas cards. Mother Gabriel has 3 little presses. And then there's the garden, of course, and the livestock. It takes a terrific lot of energy and work.
But you must find yourselves very often in the position when you have no hard cash, and as we all know, hard cash is very necessary in this materialistic world. How do you manage in those circumstances?
Well, divine providence always provides some answer. It might even be barter.
Barter? Has that actually happened?
Oh, yes, indeed it has. This very desk here where we're sitting was bartered for... What did we barter the desk for? A second-hand kitchen range, yes.
Yeah.
And another, as you came in at the gate, did you notice the beautiful chapel door?
The door, yes, I did.
Oak door. Yeah. We bartered that when we moved here for a motor mower and a flock of geese.
Well, it's a very good exchange, I must say.
Yes, isn't it?
Geese, you're saying.
Yes.
Are you vegetarian?
Not in the strict sense of the word, but we just don't eat meat. We would have sold the geese, you see.
How many meals do you have in a day?
2, dinner and supper, and 2 snacks, I think.
Or at least what I've heard described as little jug and 3 o'clock.
Yes, that's it. Yes,
just little snacks.
Standing, just a snack.
Standing, because it's hardly worth sitting down.
Yes, quite.
When I was in Caldy with the television cameras about 2 years ago, they had there not a vow but a rule of silence. Do you have it here as well?
Oh, yes, it's very strict indeed. that it's not so absolute as the Cistercians. They have a sign language they talk to each other by, but we only use a very few signs in places where we shouldn't speak. But otherwise, the sisters can come and talk to the brothers as much as they want, and the novices to their mistress, and about their work if necessary.
You wish to dispense with communication, not just with speech?
Yes, that's really what it is.
But there are certain periods, you say, when they can talk to each other.
Twice a day we have recreation. Yes, it's after 2 meals.
What do you talk about on those occasions? Is it a very light-hearted chatter, you know? Do you gossip
yes.
and so on?
No, we don't gossip. No, well, light-hearted chatter indeed, yes. And we sing sometimes too, and sometimes read. I might read to them out loud. But no, one of the things we have to be awfully careful about, you know, is the law of charity, because you could quite imagine, Mr. Davis, a whole lot of women living together. Supposing they started gossiping and making personal remarks, it could create a real little hell, couldn't they?
Well, I refuse to answer that question, but I'm sure you're right. I'm told also that once a year, is it that each sister is allowed to go into retreat?
Oh, yes. Yes, we have a lovely hut down at the bottom of the field. You spend 10 days alone there. That's a wonderful time.
Really alone?
Yes.
And everybody looks forward to that?
Oh, yes.
Well, now, the main virtues are they not? Poverty, chastity,
And
obedience.
Yes.
Very difficult virtues to achieve and to practice. Do you find that members of your community sometimes chafe at these restrictions?
No, not chafe. Certainly they find it hard, because you must realize we come here to meet trouble and overcome it, not to run away from it. I tell you what, Mr. Davis, would you like to come and ask them individually? They're all at recreation now.
In the community room?
Yes.
I'd like that very much, if I may.
Go.
Right.
Sisters, do sit down. Will you stop working for a few minutes? Mr. Davis wants to ask you a few questions individually.
Thank you, Madam. Well, I think I should meet, first of all, some of the singers. This is one, I think, here, isn't it, Sister? Sister?
Sister Imelda.
Imelda. What were you singing?
It was called Gentle Swallow, and it was a little tune we learnt at school for one of our schoolites, Stedfords.
Yes, Stedford.
Yes.
Because you're from Cardiff.
Yes.
And this isn't the first time we've met.
No, I believe you gave me an audition for one of the very first All Your Own programs.
That's right, in the Cardiff studio.
Yes.
You appeared in All Your Own, didn't you?
Yes, with my
Well,
brother.
now, with your brother, that's right. Now, how old were you then?
12.
And that was how many years ago?
Well, I'm 19 now.
7 years ago.
I expect I've
About
changed
that.
a lot.
Well, you have. You don't look exactly like someone who comes in for an audition for All Your Own, I must say, by this time. Were you at that time, you know, when you were 12, had you then decided that you wanted someday to become a nun?
No, I hadn't thought of becoming a nun then, but when I was about 13, I found at home a copy of the life of the young Carmelite saint, Therese of Lisieux. And the Carmelite life attracted me so strongly that my conviction then that God was calling me to Carmel has never left me since.
What did your father and mother say when you told them this?
Well, they knew that it would be the hardest sacrifice that they would ever have to make. But I think that at the same time they felt the wonderful happiness that comes from giving a child to God. And when my brother was asked once how he would feel if his sister became a Carmelite, he said I should feel very honored.
Were you allowed to go immediately?
No. Daddy thought it would be best if I went into the world to have a little experience before entering such a strict order.
Yes.
So after taking my school cert, I remained only 2 terms in the 6th form, and then I ventured out into the world because I thought it would be well worthwhile if it meant coming to Carmel a little quicker.
For a job?
Yes.
What job did you have?
Income tax.
Income tax? That's enough to drive anyone out of this world,
Yes,
isn't
I
it?
agree.
I feel like that very often myself. Do you see your father and mother often now?
Yes, they've been to see me about 4 times since I've been here.
Do they come to that little parlour that you have and speak to you through the grill,
Yes.
and you to them?
Yes, only we feel just as if we were all at home together.
You never
So-
touch them
No, that doesn't make any difference, though.
at all?
No.
Do you write to each other frequently?
Yes, every week I send them the Carmelite bulletin and they send me back the news of home.
But don't you feel sometimes, sister, that you'd like to have the companionship of people of your own age, of 18, 19, young girls and young boys?
Well, certainly not young boys, except my brothers.
Yeah.
But I do sometimes miss other young companions, and particularly my own little brothers and sisters.
Well, now, in about 4 years' time, you'll be taking your solemn vows, won't you? This will mean that you're going to live here, within these walls, in this place, for 50 or 60 years.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Oh, yes.
You feel you're old enough to make this decision?
Yes, because, you know, many girls are married at 19, and they're prepared to spend 50 or 60 years with the man they love. And so for me, the idea of spending my lifetime with my heavenly bridegroom, whom I love much more than any girl could love her husband, gives me the greatest joy.
Since you've come here, you're perfectly happy.
Oh, yes.
You look happy. You sing happily. And so did your... Who was singing with you? Sister Mary of the Cross?
She's my angel.
Your angel?
Yes.
Well, she's got an angelic voice like you, but why don't you call her an angel?
Well, she looks after me and teaches me how to do things as a novice.
I see. Well, she's not only an angel, but she's also a very good milker, isn't she?
Yes.
I saw her yesterday. I'll go and have a word with her about that. Oh, she's here with Sister Flora, isn't it? You were both milking yesterday. I saw you.
Yes. We were.
Yeah. Yeah. And jolly good milkers you were, too.
Yes. I wanted to ask you whether you could milk.
Well, as a matter of fact, I can, because I was brought up in Carmarthenshire, which is good farming countryside, and I used to be a very good milker. I wouldn't dare to do it now, especially in front of you, because you're so good at it. But still, you'll be relieved to know that I'm not inexpert.
No.
Well, now, how many head of cattle have you got here?
5 head of cattle.
Mm. And they all have different names, haven't they?
Yes. We have Frida and Felicity and Fantasy.
All starting with F, I notice.
Yes, they're a Frisian herd.
I see. Well, how do you choose the names? Well, Felicity, for example, how do you choose that name?
Oh, well, we very badly wanted to have a Frisian calf, a heifer calf, and before Frida calved, the bishop came and we asked him if he would bless her.
Because you wanted more milk, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when, a few days later, Felicity arrived, we gave her that name because it was such a happy moment for
Yes,
us all.
indeed. Are they always happy occasions like that?
Oh, no, not always. Well, the next time we wanted a heifer calf, a bull arrived, and so we gave him the name of Fiasco.
Had the bishop blessed Frida on that occasion?
No, he
Oh,
hadn't.
there you are. Let's have a word with him, yes. This is Sister Clare of Jesus, isn't it?
Yes.
How long have you been a nun?
Nearly 8.5 years.
Mm-hmm. What were you before that?
I was a social worker in London.
Mm-hmm. What kind of work did you do?
I had a job in a mental hospital, and then I started training as a hospital almoner for 3 years, doing social studies at the same time. Then I went into the Diocesan Rescue Society, which provided homes for homeless and unwanted children. And I was the assistant to the adoptions officer there.
Had you ever been attracted, you know, before that towards the idea of becoming a nun?
No, not becoming a nun.
Never.
No, I hadn't thought of it.
Was it therefore the direct result of this kind of social work that made you decide to become one?
Yes, I think so, yes.
Why was that?
Well, I could see quite clearly that with all the efforts we made to do that work, that really only God could do it.
Well, yes, if I may ask you, Sister, I'm sure, you know, there are probably, 5 or 6 million people watching us at this moment. I'm sure somewhere there's a little woman who's sad and unhappy and her life is empty and full of frustration, disappointment. I'm sure she's saying at this very moment, you know, Sister, I'm sure you're a very good woman. I'm sure you believe in what you say, but I need help. And how do you think that you're helping me by living here within these walls, away from the world?
Well, it's because we take everybody's sorrows and sufferings and frustrations, and we present them all before the throne of God, because only He can help and heal and comfort them.
But couldn't you do both? Couldn't you live in the world and help these people and pray at the same time?
Well, I tried it.
And it didn't work?
No, it's not enough. You must have the complete dedication to do the work most fully.
And you believe that people like yourself must dedicate yourself to this life of prayer and meditation?
Yes, I do, certainly.
And in doing so, you believe sincerely that you are helping people in the world?
Yes, I do indeed.
Thank you, Sister. And thank you, Reverend Mother, very much.
Oh, I'm so glad you're pleased, Mr. Davis. Excuse me a minute. Sisters, it's time for the Salve Regina. So will you all go and put your clothes on, and I'll join you in a minute.
Well, Mother, we're very grateful indeed to you for allowing us to visit your convent and for giving us the great pleasure of meeting you and members of your community. Now, I do hope that television hasn't been too overwhelming an upheaval for you here.
Well, I must say it was a pretty grim prospect, Mr. Davis.
Yes.
But actually, it hasn't been like that. I think we ought to thank you, you know, because you've made it so easy and pleasant for us. And I think I can speak for everybody. This really has been great fun.
Good.
We've quite enjoyed it. So you won't think I'm rude, will you, if I tell you that we'll find it still more pleasant to double lock those gates tomorrow.
Yes, yes.
And come back to the life and the work you see that we've undertaken for your sakes.
And now you're going to sing the Salve Regina.
Yes. So we're going to finish off the day, finish off the television program, I mean, in the way we always do finish off our day. So I must say goodbye now, Mr. Davis, mustn't I?
Thank you, Reverend Mother, and goodbye to you.
And thank you very much indeed. Sisters, I have been asked before I give you the final blessing tonight to say a word to all the people in their homes who have been looking in at us tonight. And this is what I want to say, that we all realize that to remember a picture is much easier than to remember words. We have been trying to answer Mr. Davis's questions. He's put in your name. But this is a picture I would like you to remember. Don't think I'm being dramatic. I just want to express to you, like that, well, how I would like you to remember a Carmelite. As it's a picture of love. Do you remember that black cross in our cell, which shows the greatest love that ever was? And I want you to realize, too, that in holding out our arms like this, we're taking you all to our hearts. And all the people who are working, people who are suffering, people who are in any kind of trouble or loneliness, that we do care tremendously. And our prayer is personally for each one of you. Please will you remember that? And we take your joys as well to us. So may I ask God's blessing on all of you as well as on all of our community. Benedicat et custodiat nos omnipotens et misericors Dominus, Pater et Filius et Spiritus Sanctus. Amen.